Welcome to the nominee interviews for Epoch 7. With me today, I have Tholky. What is good, my man?
All good, all good. Glad to be back here again.
Yo, I can't
6
believe
months
it.
flew by.
It does. It flies by. Like, I'm having all these conversations. I'm like, man, it just felt like it was just a couple months ago that we had a conversation. But I'm glad to have you back, man. And let's not waste any time. Let's just jump straight into it. There are quite a few questions,
Let's
so let's
roll.
start knocking them out. So the first question is a topic that just doesn't go away ever. The council pay. So, what is your current take on the structure of the council pay today? And what are your thoughts on IIP that's just passed about changing it from stable coins to ILV?
Okay, we'll start unpacking this. First of all, I think it will never go away. It's a
Mhm.
conversation that'll never go away because there is a basic principle in that we are a community from all over the planet. So acquisition power is totally different all across the board. So I would like to ask Danny and Kieran and maybe I don't know Aaron, whoever decided the pay structure. Why did they decide it that way? I have
Mm.
really good friends actually who are a really good friend who's developing a stock investment app in Canada, and he tells me that he hires people from Google, Silicon Valley people. Those people are worth like $250,000-$300,000 a year.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the structure is in what the pay structure is. To tell you the truth,
Yeah.
would be good to analyze it and see what's what. On my personal case, in my parts of the world, I think it's very high, very highly
Mm.
paid, but it depends on again metrics on, I don't know if metrics, but what do you do? But how can I convince also, imagine in the parts of the world a lot that I live, it might be a lot, but from someone from New York, London or something, it's
Mm.
it's just like his purchasing power needs to be higher
Yeah.
because things are way more expensive.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult. So do we shoo away that talent? Someone who like has two masters and a PhD too, and lives in London and needs to pay like high bills and needs to dedicate a lot of his time to and like reschedule himself. Do we disencourage that? I still don't know yet.
Mm.
It is definitely an issue to see. My personal opinion is yes, it could be lower, but
Yeah.
that is speaking mainly from my personal situation.
Yeah.
um and you also ask about whatever just passed right
The
now to
the
ILB.
IIP
Well, when i
from
started when i
yeah.
started this, it was ILB. I think it should
Hmm.
have been ILB to get
Yeah.
your console pay in ILB. But you remember way back when the token price was like skyrocket, everyone jumped
Yeah.
and how are you making so much money? But well, it's good they capped it at a USDC price, a US
Mm.
price, yeah, a dollar price, but paid in ILB. I think that's
Yeah.
perfect. I would
It's the
definitely.
best of both, right? I feel like it's the best of both.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
It's a great approach, and I'm also on that. I'm very excited to see the results of blind voting too.
Yeah.
Kind of excited to see what happens with that.
Mm.
I was more on the no change in vote side of stuff,
Yeah.
but I think blind voting can
It's still,
also,
yeah.
yeah.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, absolutely. So regarding, you said you'd like to see the salary maybe go lower. Is that based on just what you think of the dollar amount right now, or is it based on maybe what you're perceiving that the council is actually doing? Is that just based on the dollar amount, or based on what you're perceiving they're doing, and you think it's just not worth as much?
I I think it is. I think it is. I understand the point of people being that it's high, but my time is very valuable too.
Mm.
So, and I do like reschedule myself to do things because when I do something, I do it all in, and I do it as professionally as I can.
Yeah.
So I understand because I live in a part of the world where that is a lot of money,
Yeah.
but there's people who are worth money.
Yeah.
Maybe I think we can get afterwards on that. On Maybe council needs to be shown a little bit more. Um, So I don't know. It's just a matter of showing what the DAO is getting, what the DAO is getting their dollars worth for their
Yeah.
council members.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm
Fair.
also a big believer in like smaller governments and don't spending too much money in bureaucracy. What I do is I optimize resources, so I get the
Yeah.
most out of every dollar. That is
Yeah. Yeah.
literally my main job.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So I can see
In
why.
real
Yeah.
life.
I can see why you believe that you're a good fit for this.
So I think from my point of view that like even not that you can also, we could talk about that a little bit later on a couple of things that I think that could be that the DAO would also feel that they're getting their money's worth with
Yeah.
that payment, with that, and keeping that pay structure too, with and also keep good people like to keep
Yeah.
running, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's say you are elected. Would you be willing to forfeit the council pay for the good of the Illuvium runway, or what's your take on
Oh,
that?
most definitely. If you ask me, hands up, but you need to tell me something concrete. If you have to come and tell me that we need, can you guys cut your pay? Because if we cut your pay, we release 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
And I would say, hands down, take it.
Yeah.
But you came into a very weird question, because if you're telling me that it's for the best of the runway and you're talking about this amount of money, I think we're having way deeper problems.
Yeah.
If our runway depends on the cut pay of the council, I
Yeah.
think there's something worse going on in the background.
Yep.
So you'll have
So
to see, you'll have to tell me what's
yeah.
going
So
on.
so
I
you
have to
are.
see
It is
behind the
something.
scenes.
Yeah. So it is something that you are willing to do,
Of
but
course,
it's something that you need some transparency and a direct kind of result from that. A guaranteed
direct.
result.
It'll be
So yeah.
direct. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. This is what we're gonna do, and this is what we're getting with these resources.
Yeah.
We're having like extra personnel, and we're getting the product now. In the drop
Yeah.
of a hat, I will do that.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Fair. All right. So let's move on to the second question now, and that is, in
Yes.
the last 6 months, how have you contributed to Illuvium, and why do you think that this has been beneficial to the DAO?
All right, but thank God, like for me, answering that question is a little bit easier as I moderate. So I do spend
Yeah.
most of my time helping people in the DAO
Yeah.
and informing people. I do think even though the Spanish speaking community right now, like all across the board, is a little bit sleepier on Illuvium, because there is nothing much to do, and the main Spanish community is like I think Latin America.
Mm.
Taking out like Europe and the US speaking parts. And a lot of them are people who are after yield a lot,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
after any type of reward. So as the game is not on, it's kind of complicated. But I do my best. I translate as much as I can, like white paper, official notes. So I try to bring all the information, all translated accurate information, official information to the Spanish community mainly. But I do moderate the Discord daily too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
Interesting. Interesting.
not as hardcore as Frags, but
Yeah. I don't think anyone can ever match that. I don't think anyone can. I don't think even AI
but
can match that.
but yeah, that's how I started in this mod position, just like
Mm.
because I do believe it's called a positive. Wow, man, I have to translate that.
Just like
External
a
positivityness. I don't know how to.
yeah.
It's
Just
when
like a
your
positive.
actions
Yeah.
Yeah, when your actions like positively translate to a lot of people, whatever you're
Yeah.
doing. So
Yeah.
it's beneficial for everyone.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's like
Absolutely.
a geometrical
It just expands, right? Like you're constantly
expands.
expanding
Yeah,
and getting. Yeah.
correct. So yeah, you help someone, that person feels helped, and he starts helping other people, and
Yeah.
one you help
The
three,
network effect.
that guy
What you're
helps
saying is the
another
net.
three,
Yeah. Yeah.
geometrical
Just the network
progression.
effect.
So
Yeah. Absolutely.
mhm,
Absolutely. So,
correct.
you kind of mentioned this before about what you do, but I want to go a little bit deeper. So,
Mhm.
what's the unique value proposition that you think that you can offer that separates you from the other nominees?
Uh, uh, I am a professional doer. I am an unstoppable force. My my life every day is solving really harsh problems. Actually, I truly can't believe how I solved this problem just like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. I burn every bridge. I build bridges and burn them. I go if until there is absolutely 0 or 0.0001% chance of it succeeding. Sometimes you just can't succeed. It
Yeah.
happens. But I will do my utmost to have something done. That's
Yeah.
what I do. And that's what I will bring. I dedicate my time to think ways of succeeding at a task. I
Yeah.
set goals, short, mid, and long-term goals to make something happen. And
Yeah.
I do make it happen. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I think that is I've worked all across the board from like negotiating with carpenters to
Yeah.
negotiating with CEOs to
Yeah. Yeah.
negotiating
Yeah.
with government people. That is the hardest part.
That's yeah.
That's the hardest of all.
Yeah.
It's truly horrible. I love politics, but I
Politicians.
hate normal politics.
Yeah.
Like I love the DAO. I love everything. I love this what we're doing. I think
Yeah.
I've never seen in this all these months in the Illuvium DAO anyone who has like any ill intentions or like backdoor dealings into our little politics. And I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
people coming forward with their ideas and trying to make the community and the project better.
Yeah. It's definitely very engaging. I think a DAO really creates a lot of engagement with the community. All right. So
Mhm.
the next thing that I want to touch on is governance v2. So we've been working on governance v2 on the back end for quite some time now. It's almost ready to be proposed or at least shown to the community for feedback. What do you think is the biggest flaw of governance v1? And if it was solely up to you, what would you do for governance v2 to amend that flaw?
Okay, government V1, definitely what most people feel that is the main flaw. It's the perception of work. What we were
Mm.
talking about. People are not feeling that what they pay their council members, it's getting their money's worth. A lot of people, or
Yeah.
at least a
A
small
loud
DAO,
minority.
a loud minority could be,
Yeah.
but they are correct too. I think they are
Yeah.
correct. I think you need to listen to those voices too because they do raise good concerns.
Yeah.
And there are measures to improve
Mm.
exposure of council members to community. I know that reading all of the Discord, it takes a lot of time. People don't realize that. I
Yeah.
spent that. You have to like read back, see the issues. But yeah, it could be more engaging. It could
Mm.
definitely be more engaging. I would like definitely propose that at least once a week for 2 hours a week could be a good start. That at least one council member it's on voice chat to be like, guys,
Yeah.
every Thursday at this hour, one of the five will be here to, I don't know, you can play a game or you can just ask him what are your concerns, what are you guys
Yeah.
doing, anything that can be disclaimed. I think that would help it a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously as sorry, I totally forgot, was it shared, the V2 proposal?
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not
Okay.
yet.
so
Oh,
so
but
so
you, yeah,
yeah, I
you've
think
read it,
like
right?
think
As a mod, you have read it. I mean, if you've read it, you've got the information. You can
for
speak on it.
feedback, but I can't speak on something that's not shared on the
Yeah.
community. I think we're working. That's what I love to
Mm.
see. What I measure success, it's always when you look back and
Mm.
how you are today. If you are better today that you were 2 months ago, 3 months ago, you're doing something right. If
Yeah.
you keep on building, you're doing something right. So
Yeah.
I like that we're building. It's not perfect, but I think it's the
Mm.
best solution. It's the
Yeah.
best way, our DAO. It
Yeah.
has a lot of flaws, but we're working on them. And there is
Yeah.
voices on one side, voices on the other. There is pushback. There is a lot of like fanboys. You need all of that. You need all those.
Yeah.
You need all those voices. It's not only negativity and not only positivity. It's a good, healthy balance of both, and you need to take both in.
Absolutely. And I've said I've said this on every one of these interviews. I'm really excited for when the public does get to see governance V2, because we have been working for a long time and working very, very hard, going back and forth even amongst ourselves to get it to where it's at now. And I personally think it's a huge step forward from what we have now. But let's say that you are elected, and if governance V2 is approved during your term, would you be willing to cut your term short to conduct a new election to transition to V2, potentially risking your position on the council? Is that something that you're open to do?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Anything that is better for the DAO, it's an easy yes for me.
Yeah.
Nothing to me that would, let's say, for pay, I would guess, that would personally benefit me or like cut me loss in my pocket, that to be like to cut the DAO as a whole, a progress. No, that is an easy yes for me. If you tell me if we analyze it, it's better for the DAO, it's better than what we have, and we need to cut it short. That is an easy yes for me.
Yeah, that is quite an easy. That's an easy question.
That is an easy yes for me. It's an easy yes for me. And but it does cut into something though. How easily you can like cut things short, or I don't know, because I think we also need checks and balances for powers in the DAO too. I think council has way too much power for they can literally vote on anything. Yes, of course it won't happen. Sorry, and but I live in authoritarian countries, and I know like if you can have a say that benefits you, yes, or anything, and there's nothing that can stop you, that can generate a little it gives giveaway to some conflicts.
But we've had the eDAO, but we do have the eDAO, but
it's also very weird. When do they intervene? There's not a real clear intervention. There's not a real clear. There's a lot of gray areas, way too many gray areas in that could be, it could be a work. It could be work to set it up good.
I understand exactly what you're trying to say. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I've got one more question, and it was meant to be the last question, but it's going to be the second last question. We've now got a last question at the very end. So the second last question I'm going to ask you now is, you kind of mentioned it before about the duties of a council member and things like that. If it was up to you to formally write an IIP to clarify what a council member's duties are, what their time commitments are, and what the expectations of a council member would be, what would you include in that IIP? What are your expectations for a council member?
All right. If I had to be council member, I have to propose it. For me, you first and foremost, very good NDA sign. Sign a very good NDA. Second, I would have like a council meeting every week, and I would think council could miss two. Because right now it's bi-weekly, so I would make a weekly one, and you can miss two if you're sometimes time zones are very hard from all over the planet. After that, I would definitely have at least once a month scheduled meeting with the CFO to talk about financial statements. Like I worked in a bank. In the bank, all companies had to show us their financial statements, so we know how healthy the company is moving, and we can see how everything is going, and it's an essential for me information that a council member should have, with the CFO and whoever needs to be present there. Also, definitely another month, at least once a month, meeting with the head of marketing to see how all of that is going. Same result, and also with the game developer team. So you can schedule yourself all those meetings. And what I mentioned before, that at least once a week, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours, one council member has to be in voice chat to address any concerns that the community has.
Yeah.
Anything. People cannot come, people can come, and just available. A set schedule. be available, and he can like say he can like communicate that to other council members in their weekly meeting. I think that already creates a schedule. I personally actually will, as the council, would like forego something like, I don't know, 500 USD per council member to hire someone that is a professional schedule maker. You know, a professional not schedule maker, how you call it, like a secretary, a planner and a secretary of the council, you know, that says this is coordinate everyone's time, that it doesn't cost the DAO a single more cent. And it could be something that could that everyone can forego 500, 600, 700 USD out of their paycheck to pay a hired professional to do that, and also you start creating a sense of an office too. Without having to strain the treasury any longer. That's, I think those are like straight points that I would propose out of there, if you ask me right.
And what kind of time commitment would you be looking at? You mentioned the 1 or 2 hours being available for voice, but overall, how much time commitment do you actually think it takes for a council member to actually do the job adequately?
Hard to answer that question. Me personally, I would say at least that I would do, or that I do, and if elected, at least 4 hours a day. And I just schedule my time around it. That's what I do. That's my commitment. I do not, and I put that in my nomination. I don't nominate myself lightly. I will reschedule my day to see how to fit it, how to be in front. It's hard for me because I'm out and about a lot. So I'm mainly on mobile, and it's very difficult. You know, I can mod like that, but it's and I spend a lot of hours modding, but it's, you know, my phone while I'm driving from here to there, or waiting for a meeting to start, or stuff like that. But this would be another commitment. So
no, that's fine.
That's at
about
least
4 hours
a day. And I don't know if included or not, 2 hours on voice chat almost every day. That's what I'm like doing lately. Well, I'm playing beta, and I enjoy to talk to everyone and play beta. You get a lot of like positive feedback on game developing, how people are liking or not liking comps, etc., etc. So and try to know the game as much as you can, because I'm not a professional gamer. But you get all the bros that come in there. You know, I've been talking to Viper a lot. I've been seeing like Shabim a lot. Like my boy Diersky, that's always there. I love that guy. And Timmy, and you know, it's that's our community actually, and that's the people, the gamers, everyone who's gonna spend their time playing games, and it will just
absolutely
enjoy. So
absolutely,
that's my commitment too.
No, that's fair. All right, and let's move on to the final question. The final question is something that I hadn't actually planned for, but it's just kind of come up now based on conversations that we're seeing. It's being proposed by the community that we actually look at the Illuvitar sale, take the revenue generated from that, instead of distributing back as revenue distribution, potentially putting that straight into the treasury to help with the runway as a thank you for the DAO and to show that support the same way that Kieran showed us before with the SILV instance and things like that. It's just a way for the community to show that love back. What are your thoughts on that? Are you for it, against it? Explain your thought process.
Yeah, I am again split in that. I am personally, I would forgo it, because I don't think the rep this personally, individually, will affect me that much. Economically speaking, I don't think so. But I do understand the community members that would say, why would I have to forgo my rep this? Why? I don't know. You guys need to keep your own, show the people. What is your runway? What is the goals? Set goals. We need this amount for this amount of runway to be healthy. It has to be specific. People need specifics. I need specifics. I tell you, I know, even if we compare it to land sale and everything, I can forgo my rep this for the hell. If tell me like, with this, these are the numbers right now. We can get like an easily like cushion for everyone to be good for like another 1.5, 2 years. I said yes, personally, but advocate transparency, and I would have to listen to a lot of the people that rightfully would say, no, it's my rep this, and I don't want to forgo it.
Yeah. So
or
okay,
explore other avenues.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put a little bit more pressure on you, if that's okay. Let's say, because no matter what happens, if it does look like it is gonna go to an IIP, if you were in the council today, and with the information you've got today, what would you vote on that IIP today? And I know this is
with the information I got today. With the information I got today, no.
I know it's a lot of pressure. Okay, so it's a no. Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
With the information I have today, no. I need way more specifics. To give away people's ref this, I need a lot of information, a lot of financial information. So as it stands today, with the info I have today, I would vote no.
Yep, man, I appreciate the honesty, because I know a lot of people wouldn't. They would say whatever.
That's what you get. I'm a straight shooter. I'll tell you how it is. I can be convinced otherwise with smart, good arguments. I can listen to that. But as you tell me today, as it stands today, with the info I have today,
no. Yeah, interesting.
Need more info.
All right. Yeah, all good, man. All right, yo, dude, Tholky, appreciate you coming on and answering the questions. I know I put a bit of pressure on you, but you handled this really well.
Perfect.
Is there anything you want to say before we close this out? Any kind of last words?
As always, people stay safe of scams. I cannot. That's the mod in me. Please stay safe. It's really rough out there. Stay healthy mentally. It's a crashing market everywhere. It's a difficult situation. Not only the crypto market, but the macro environment is really harsh. And you need to keep your positive thinking and think ahead. Do small tasks at a time that show like a little bit of progress, and vote. Please vote. Vote for me would be better, but if not, just be part of the voting process. That is extremely important to show support for the process. Go there and vote. It shows support. It is better than not having a DAO, and the best you can do is show your support and your commitment to the project just by going to vote. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, yo, Tholky, appreciate you, man. For anyone that is watching, if you want to ask Tholky some questions, reach out to him. Just ping him in Discord. He's always going to be there. Always welcome to have a conversation, and he's a very friendly guy. So absolutely do that. And thank you guys for watching. Again, we're going to have a lot more of these governance videos out on this channel. So make sure you follow this channel to stay up to date on everything, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.